It is August 24, and today I'm actually hanging out with my mother.
Lucky you.
I am so excited, and we are exploring North Idaho. So come along and see where we go.
Yahoo!
We stopped at a roadside pullout, and this is looking north towards Canada. And did you know that in 1846, the 49th parallel was agreed upon as the international boundary by the United States and Great Britain?
Some really interesting history along this trail, on this road. So our first get out and stop hike is at Robinson Lake. And there's a campground here too, so I'm really interested to see what it's all about. Aw, here's a cute little bench to rest on if you get tired after 20 feet of walking. This is the view from the bench. Oh, this is so special. A little stream. A nice bridge. We're not sure if we're actually on a trail or not, but we're making up one if we're not. I'm gonna go around the lake, hopefully. Okay, so obviously there is not a trail around the lake. So that's good to know. So Robinson Lake looks like a nice lake, and it looks like a really nice campground. The only problem is there's only 10 spots. So you kind of probably have to come here early to get a spot, I don't know. But it costs $20 Canadian or $15 US. And that's practically the same rate as in a Canadian national park. So, and they only have pit toilets here. Anyway, we decided not to go all the way around the lake because it didn't look very good, the trail we were on at least. So off to our next spot. If you get tired driving and want a place to stop and eat, this is a sweet day use area at Robinson Lake. You don't actually get to see the lake here, but you can easily walk to it. But it's pretty nice. Now we're on the Copper Falls Trail, and this was kind of the main trail that I wanted to do today anyway. So I remember coming here as a kid, but I haven't been. This will be the first time in many, many years. So I'm excited. Oh, they want us to register. So far, just Canadians have been up here. This is the Western Red Cedar. It's a shade-tolerant tree that can live under conditions of little sunlight. These trees are common along stream drainage. Mature trees have a circumference of 9 to 30 feet and may be over 200 feet tall. Flat fern-like branches, small cones, and light brown stringy fibrous bark are characteristic features. Cedar leaf oil is often the basis for production of perfumes, insecticides, medicinal preparations, veterinary soaps, shoe polishes, and deodorants. The leaves of western red cedar are a major winter food for big game. This trail is actually not a very strenuous or long trail, and it looks like it's an interpretive trail as well. But it's only 0.8 miles to the falls. But it is nice because it's a loop trail. Now this is the western larch, or also known as the tamarack tree, and it is very valuable for firewood in the Pacific Northwest. We use it a lot, it's coveted. And the indigenous peoples used to chew gum produced from the tree as well as eat the cambium and sap. Today I just want to give you a little pep talk. If any of you are discouraged, basically the theme is not to worry. Do you ever think, what am I going to wear today? Or what food am I going to eat? Or what am I going to drink? Well, Jesus says, look to him and his righteousness first, and then all these other things will be added unto you. So in other words, focus on Christ, and then he will supply all our needs. That's all I know. So basically, don't worry. And this is something that I need to remind myself a lot about. Not to worry. Don't let Satan get a hold of your brain and make you worry.
Note the dark, mossy-looking growth hanging from the tree limbs. The moss has no effect on the trees where it grows, but depends on the trees for support. Big game animals, particularly caribou, consume it as one of their food sources, and there are approximately 3,600 species of lichens in North America.
I'm at Copper Falls, which is the tallest falls in Idaho, and it's in North Idaho. That's pretty cool.
Actually, Copper Falls is one of the tallest falls in Idaho. At an elevation of 3,400 feet, Copper Creek plunges over 150 feet from a cliff to form Copper Falls. Note how the water from the falls forms a pool at the base. Ferns, moss, and vegetation common to the moist setting may be seen from the overlook. The falls consistently freeze solid each winter and offer ice climbers a chance to practice their skills.
Now we're going into the deep, dark woods. At first I thought this was a rotten apple, but it's actually a fungus on this tree. Wow. So I learned something today. This is called a talus. A fragmented rock slide is a talus. Usually I'm exclaiming about how sweet the woods smell, but this trail, Mom and I cannot figure out. It smells like there's goats in the area. This has a really musty, goaty, bachelor man kind of smell. This is like the third bridge we've crossed. Wow, they do a good job. Well, as far as cute little short trails go, the Healing Hiker rating for this trail is a 4.9 out of 5. It's handy-capable, wheelchair accessible, and you got a spectacular waterfall, so it's pretty cool. I would highly recommend it. The only reason I dinged it a bit is that it's pretty popular. We've met quite a few people on the trail, and I myself prefer to hike in solitude most of the time. Otherwise, it's a great trail. Our day is not over yet, so let's see where else this trip takes us. We came across this old cabin in the woods. It would be so interesting to know what kind of story it would have to tell us. What kind of miner guy or logger guy lived in there? We found a nice table by a lake, but it's been a trial. Mom forgot our plates, and so we're gonna have to eat in stages. Oh man. I really enjoy veggies and hummus, so this is my first course. Next is mac and cheese eaten out of the pot lid. The has a little cayenne pepper on it. What we do to improvise. So Mom, do you ever worry about anything?
We're not supposed to worry, but maybe there's another word for it. But I do.
Yeah. It's hard not to sometimes.
Worry is blind and cannot discern the future, but Jesus sees the end from the beginning, and he has prepared his way to bring relief. He offers to lighten the loads we carry by putting himself under the loads. Abiding in Christ and Christ abiding in us, we can do all things through him who strengtheneth us. The Lord invites you to roll your burden on him, for he carries you on his heart.
Well, we saw all about there was to see, so we're on our way home now. But until I see you again, assalamu alaikum, shalom, peace.